to silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program. Volunteers, please make them settle down fast. And we request all the participants to maintain quietness in this auditorium to maintain the decorum of this institution. I request all the volunteers to look after Balavika students. Our chief guest, Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, will arrive soon. Along with Justice Arvind Kumar, we have our revered Swami Atma Vidanandaji and our special guests, Dr. TGK Murthy Garu, former ISRO scientist, and Dr. V. Raghu Garu for today's program. The program will begin at 10 a.m. and it will end by 1 p.m. I request all the devotees, parents and Balavika students to have prasadam and have prasadam before leaving the premises. So today's program is scheduled from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and at 1 p.m. the lunch prasadam will be served to everyone present here. We request you all to have prasadam and then leave.
పుణ్యముల మరల పొంది సప్తలోకమునేల మనుచు గీతవాణిని జగతి చాటిన జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి శిరసమాధి శిఖరి నుండి శిరసమాధి శిఖరి నుండి నరుల సేవకు దిగిన నరవర జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి విశ్వవ్యాపక ప్రేమమూర్తివి విశ్వవ్యాపక ప్రేమమూర్తివి విశ్వద్యోతక పరమ జ్ఞానివి విశ్వముక్తి సమర్పితాత్మవు విశ్వముక్తి సమర్పితాత్మవు విశ్వవంద్యా జయము జయము జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి శిరసమాధి శిఖరి నుండి నరుల సేవకు దిగిన నరవర జయ వివేకానంద గురువర భువన మంగళకారి భువన మంగళకారి భువన మంగళకారి మూర్తమహేశ్వర మోజ్వల భాస్కరం విశ్వమరణరవంద్యం మూర్తమహేశ్వర మోజ్వల భాస్కరం విశ్వమరణరవంద్యం వందే వేదతను ముచ్చిత గర్హిత కామకాంచనవంద్యం వందే వేదతను ముచ్చిత గర్హిత కామకాంచనవంద్యం మూర్తమహేశ్వర మోజ్వల భాస్కరం విశ్వమరణరవంద్యం మూర్తమహేశ్వర మోజ్వల భాస్కరం విశ్వమరణరవంద్యం కోటి భానుకర దీప్త సింహమహు కటితట కౌపీనవంతం
కోటి భానుకర దీప్త సింహమహో కటితట కౌపీనవంతం.
Namaste everyone. We welcome you all to the 24th Foundation Day celebrations of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. We request everyone to occupy your seats fast. I request all the volunteers to please guide our devotees, parents as well as some Balavika students to their respective rows. The first 3 rows should be vacant for the guests, and from the 4th row the parents will be occupying, and the last row should be left for the Balavika students. So today's program will start at 10 a.m. The guest is already here. He'll be arriving here anytime soon. I request you all to please keep your mobile phones in silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the event. I request all the volunteers to please Make sure everybody is settling down fast.
कटाक्ष प्रेक्षण अघदल विदलन दक्षम्
मुक्ति मुक्ति कृपा कटाक्ष प्रेक्षणम् अघदल विदलन दक्षम्
बालचन्द्रधरमिन्दु वन्द्यमिह
बालचन्द्रधरमिन्दु वन्द्यमिह
नौमि गुरु विवेकानन्दम् बालचन्द्रधरमिन्दु वन्द्यमिह नौमि गुरु विवेकानन्दम् मूर्तमहेश्वरमोज्ज्वल भास्करम् इष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् मूर्तमहेश्वरमोज्ज्वल भास्करम् इष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् वन्दे वेदतनुमुच्छ्रितगर्भित कामकाञ्चनवन्धम् वन्दे वेदतनुमुच्छ्रितगर्भित कामकाञ्चनवन्धम् भूतमहेश्वरमोज्ज्वल भास्करम् इष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् इष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् इष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् ಲೇಡು ಸಾಧುವೆ ಹಾಡು ಚಾಗಿಯ ಹಾಡನು ಹಾಡಿನಿಂದೆಚ್ಚರಿಸು ಮಲಗಿಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ತಾಯ್ನಾಡನು ದೂರದೊಡವಿಯೊಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಲೌಕಿಕ ವಿಷಯ ವಾಸನೆ ಮುಟ್ಟದೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿರಿಗುಹೆ ಕಂದರದ ಬಳಿ ಜಗದ ಕಲಿಪಿಲಿ ತಟ್ಟದೋ
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮವು ಸುಳಿಯದು ನೀಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವವು ತಿಳಿಯದು
ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಕಾಂಚನವೆಂಬುವಾಸೆಗಳಿಂದ ಜನಿಸುವ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮವು ಪಡೆದು ನಲಿಯುವುದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿಹ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ನಂದಿ ಅರಿವಾನಂದ ವಾಹಿನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂತತ ಹರಿವುದೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡದಿರದ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯ ಚರಿ ನಿರಂತರ ಸುರಿವುದೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡಿದ ಹಾಡ ನುಡಿಯೈ ವೀರ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡಿದ ಹಾಡ ನುಡಿಯೈ ವೀರ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ விதை விதைத்தவன் பாவம் பாவத்தின் காரணம் பரமம் வளரவே வித்து காரணம் புண்ணியம் புண்ணியத்தின் காரணம் பிறந்து உடல் கொண்ட ஆன்ம வாழ்க்கையின் மலையை கண்டிதம் சுமப்பது கட்டை மீறிய இருப்பவன் யார் கட்டு கட்டினை பெறுவது
என்று அறிந்தோர் சொல்லுவார் பெரும் தத்துவ ஞானிகள் கூறுவார்
ஆயினும் ஏன் ஆன்ம என்பது நாமரூபங்களை கடந்தது முக்தியும் பந்தங்கள் இல்லா ஆன்மா எல்லா விதிகளை கடந்தது தத்துவமசி என்றறிந்து சாதுவனை பாடு தியாகத்தை பாட்டினை பாட்டில் எழுந்து கொடுத்து கிடந்தான் நம்முடைய தாய் நாட்டினை கருப்பு சித்தனை உலகம் அறியட்டும் பாடு சந்நியாசி கருப்பு சித்தனை உலகம் அறியட்டும் பாடு சந்நியாசி ஓம் தத் சத் కలుగని అందరికి అని కోరు నీవు ఎన్నడు చెడుగు ఎన్నడు కలుగకుందని ఎవరికి నా వల్లను దివిని ఎగిరెడు భువిని పరుగిడు సర్వలాత్మను నేనేగా నా కనరకములాస భయముల నెల్ల చేసెద దూరమా
నేను బ్రతుకని రాలని అది కర్మ నదిలో తేలని
We request everyone to please settle down fast. Volunteers, please make sure the Balavika students are in their respective seats. Nobody will be going out in between the program. I request all the volunteers to make sure Balavika students are in their respective seats. We request everyone to please put your mobile phones in silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program. Volunteers, please make sure the Balavika students are in their respective places. Don't make them move.
ಸತ್ಯವೆಂಬುವುದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಳಿಯದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮವು ಇರುವುದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು ನಾಚಿ ತೋರದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಳಿಯುವುದು ಭೋಗವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರೆಯದು ಮಾಯವಾಗಿರನಲ್ಲಿ ಭವರೋಗವು
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲಸದು ತ್ಯಾಗವು ದಿಟವಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರದು ಯೋಗವು ಗಗನವೇ ಮನೆ ಹಸುರೆ ಹಾಸಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯು ಸಾಲುನೆ ಜಾಗಿಗೆ
I request everyone to maintain a quiet environment in the auditorium. So we request our volunteers to please make sure that the Balavika students are in their respective places. Don't let them move here and there. Volunteers, boy volunteers, please make sure the Balavika students are not moving here and there. I request all the boy volunteers to make sure the Balavika students are not moving here and there. We request everyone to please settle down fast.
प्रकाश को दान दे संसार माया छोड़ दे ऐसे हर दिन कर्म शक्ति खत्म होने तक तुझा मैं तू
We are about to begin our program, so I request everyone to please settle down fast. Volunteers, please make sure the Balavika students are in their respective seats. Please kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program. Boy volunteers, please make sure the students are not roaming here and there. I request all the boy volunteers to not let Balavika students move here and there.
My would-be reformers, my would-be patriots, do you feel that millions and millions of descendants of the gods and of sages have become next-door neighbors to brutes? Do you feel that millions are starving today and millions have been starving for ages? Do you feel that ignorance has come over our land like a dark cloud? Has it made you restless? Has it gone into your body, coursing through the veins and becoming consonant with your heartbeats? Has it made you almost mad? And are you seized with that one idea of misery, of ruin? And have you forgotten all about your name, your fame, your wives, your property, your children? Have you done that? Because that is the first step to become a patriot. The very first step.
Vivekananda, Vivekanandayati Varenya, Andukonu ma vandanamulu. Vivekanandayati Varenya, Andukonu ma vandanamulu. Vivekanandayati Varenya. మర్మము తెలిపి స్వామి, మర్మము తెలిపి స్వామి, నిర్మలత్వము నిలుపు చేసిన సాటి రానిది నీడు ప్రేమ, మాటి మాటికి తలతు నిన్నే వివేకానంద, వివేకానందాయతి వరేణ్య, అందుకొను మా వందనములు. వివేకానందాయతి వరేణ్య.
We welcome you all to the 24th Foundation Day celebrations of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. We request everyone to please settle down fast, and we kindly request you to please switch your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program. Lunch prasadam will be served after the program. We request everyone to please settle down fast and switch your mobile phones to silent mode.
త్యాగమహిమను అవని చూపి, త్యాగశీలితాపహరణ. త్యాగమహిమను అవని చూపి, త్యాగశీలితాపహరణ. విశ్వమానవ శాంతిదాత, విశ్వమానవ శాంతిదాత, ధ్రువు నరవర ముక్తినేత వివేకానంద, వివేకానందాయతి వరేణ్య, అందుకొను మా వందనములు. వివేకానందాయతి వరేణ్య. కనికరముంచిగనుము దీనజనులను వివేకానంద వివేకానందాయతివరేణ్య అందుకొను మా వందనములు వివేకానంద యతివరేణ్య వివేకానంద యతివరేణ్య వివేకానంద యతివరేణ్య शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्रा आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्मुः वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरानि मोदत
Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.
उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरानि मोदत
Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.
उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरानि मोदत
Namaste everyone. We welcome you all to the 24th Foundation Day celebrations of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. We request everyone to please settle down fast. I request all the volunteers to make sure the Palavika students are in their respective places. Don't make them move here and there. We are about to begin our program in a few minutes. So I request kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program. I repeat, please kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid any disruptions during the program.
मंगलकारी जय विवेकानंद गुरुवर भुवन मंगलकारी
చిరసమాధి శిఖరి నుండి చిరసమాధి శిఖరి నుండి
నరుల సేవకు
Namaste everyone. Good morning to one and all present here. We welcome you all to the 24th Foundation Day celebrations of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence and 125th anniversary celebrations of Foundation of Ramakrishna Mission. We welcome our honorable guests. We welcome our chief guest of today's program, Justice Arvind Kumar Garu, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Revered Swami Atmavidanandaji, Senior Monk, and other distinguished guests to our program. We request everyone to please settle down. Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence was established on 10 September 2000 A short promo video will be played as on this auspicious occasion of the 24th Foundation celebrations of the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. I request everyone to please join our journey and go through our achievements in these 23 years.
प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। रुद्र अवतार भैरव हुंकार, रुद्र अवतार भैरव हुंकार, देश चराचर वारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। गम पद मप सदा नी पा सर्व गम रे नी रे सदा सरे गरे गम गम पद नि सा। तेज दीप्त तव स्थिर कंठरव, तेज दीप्त तव स्थिर कंठरव, अभीरभी मंत्र प्रचारी। तेज दीप्त तव स्थिर कंठरव, अभीरभी नाशि भवामय दिये वराभय, नाशि भवामय दिये वराभय, निर्भय करि नर नारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। गाहे किंचन तव गुण कीर्तन, गाहे किंचन तव गुण कीर्तन, करो कृपा नयन निहारी। गाहे किंचन तव गुण कीर्तन, करो कृपा नयन निहारी। दीज पदाशय दीन दयामय, दीज पदाशय दीन दयामय, अपार करुणा भयहारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। रुद्र अवतार भैरव हुंकार, रुद्र अवतार भैरव हुंकार, देश चराचर वारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। प्रभु राम कृष्ण पद शरण जीवन जय विवेकानंद नामधारी। जय विवेकानंद नामधारी, जय विवेकानंद नामधारी।
Now, our Balavika students will carry a procession, a demonstration by the students of Balavikas depicting on their placards the principles of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, its activities, outcomes, and lessons learned by all the students of VIHE summed up. I request our Balavikas students to demonstrate a short procession now.
Indian culture and tradition taught through webinars and special courses. Inculcating the strength of character in youngsters and students. Playing the role of a catalyst in enhancing concentration in people. Making the youth fearless. Following the principles of Shiva Gnani Jiva Seva through service activities, and giving equal importance to health and fitness through yoga, stirring up a vigor of patriotism in youth, teaching the students how to face the brutes and be a lion, making the young understand the importance of devotion in today's world. Art and craft too, taught to students of Balvikas or Sunday camp. Getting all immersed in delightful ocean of bhajans. Teaching the students how to learn and expand their minds. Helping the young imbibe the most essential quality of etiquettes found in rarity today. Tabla classes. Resonating Vedic chanting by students and volunteers. Believing in Swami Vivekananda's principle of find the truth yourself. Inculcating the spirit of service through Shramdan. Teaching the importance of temperance and self-control through Seal Your Desire program, where students sell lemonade and fruit bowls to their parents every Sunday, and the amount collected is used for welfare drives. Fun games like Krida Yoga for physical and mental development. Karma Yoga. Following the ancient tradition of respecting parents through Pada Puja. The concept of 3H formula representing head to think, heart to feel, and hands to work. Promoting the ideas of service before self through fistful of rice and heart full of love, where students collect a fistful of rice before every meal for feeding the needy. Inducing essential leadership skills among youngsters. Making the students multitaskers, improving management skills and organization skills through various courses and volunteering programs.
Thank you, Balavikas students. Samskar, an annual summer camp that is conducted every year. A short promo video will be played regarding our summer camp, Samskar. Please sit back and enjoy. Thank you, everyone. Now, I would like to request our Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Bodhamanandaji, to accompany revered Swami Atma Vidanandaji, along with our chief guest, Justice Arvind Kumar, and other esteemed guests onto the dais. We welcome all our guests onto the dais. We request everyone to avoid clapping, noise clapping. Instead of that, we'll do silent clapping whenever necessary. And we request everyone to do silent clapping. Our Balavika students are doing it just with hands. We will do silent clapping to avoid noise pollution in our auditorium. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our Balavika students to invocate the blessings of the God with chanting and an opening song. Everyone, please do not move. Please settle down in your own respective places. We request everyone to settle down fast. All the small students, Balavika students, come here every Sunday. They come here, they do yoga, they learn bhajans, they learn chanting, and they attend personality development classes. It is a 6-month program, and this helps the small students to build their personality in their respective fields, in their education and everything else. So it's like a total personality development camp for 6 months.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा हरिः ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय
तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
हरिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः
शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्न सन्तोषदीः मधुनक्तमु
मध्योरस्तु नः पिता मधुमानो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागम् अस्तु सूर्यः
गावो भवन्तु नः। ॐ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
हरिः ॐ। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य
पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। सपार्षद श्रीरामकृष्ण स्तोत्रम्। सर्वधर्मस्थापकस्त्वं सर्वधर्मस्थापकस्त्वं स्वरूपकः आचार्य आचार्याणां महाचार्यो रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्ने दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया। यथाग्ने सर्वविद्यास्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहं। परतत्त्वे सदा लीनो रामकृष्णसमाज्ञया परतत्त्वे रामकृष्ण
समाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम्।
यो धर्मस्थापनरतो
वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम्।
कालिन्दे
फुल्लकमले
माधवेन
क्रीडारता कालिन्दे फुल्लकमले माधवेन क्रीडारता ब्रह्मानन्द
नमस्तुभ्यं गुरो लोकनायक ब्रह्मानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं लोकनायक योगानन्द प्रेमानन्द चान्येव ये पार्षदा योगानन्द
प्रेमानन्द शान्येव
ये च पार्षदा रामकृष्णगतप्राणां सर्वांस्तान् प्रणमाम्यहम् रामकृष्ण गतप्राणां वांस्तां प्रणमाम्यहं सर्वांस्तान् प्रणमाम्यहं सर्वांस्तान् प्रणमाम्यहम्. Now one song on Swami Vivekananda, Veer Senapati Vivekananda. वीर
सेनापति
वीर
सेनापति विवेकानंदोनि तेरी ब्रोगेनु तरलिरंडि
लिंडि मेल्कोनि
నిలువకండి గమ్యస్థానము చేరు వరకు వీర సేనాపతి
वीर सेनापति विवेकानंदुनि
तेरी ब्रोगेनु तरलिरंडि లేని మేల్కొని నిలువకండి గమ్యస్థానము చేరు వరకు వీర సేనాపతి
उपनिषद
వచనములనేచి అభయమనేడి కవచముంచి
उपनिषद
వచనములనేచి అభయమనేడి
कवचमुंचि स्वामी
పదములననుసరించి
स्वामी
పదములననుసరించి
मोक्षराज्यमु
గెలువరండి స్వామి పదములననుసరించి మోక్షరాజ్యము గెలువరండి
वीर सेनापति
వీర సేనాపతి వివేకానందుని తేరి మ్రోగెను తరలిరండి లేని మేల్కొని నిలువకండి గమ్యస్థానము చేరు వరకు వీర సేనాపతి
उपनिषने मरण स्वार्थ में संसार बंधम भोगवासन वृण दृंचि त्याग संपद कीर्तन में मरण मरणे स्वार्थ में संसार
త్యాగ సంపద
मोक्षार्थं जगदिताय च जगदिताय च साधनमुगा विवेकानन्दोनि మానవాళికి సేనాపతి సేనాపతి వివేకానందుని సేనాపతి సేనాపతి వీర సేనా
Thank you, students. Give them a big round of applause for our Balavika students. So give the silent claps. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. May I now request our Adhyaksha Maharaj to accompany our honorable chief guest, revered Maharaj, and our esteemed guests in lighting of the lamp. Thank you, everyone. May I now request Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, sir. May I now request our Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Bodhamananda ji, to welcome the gathering.
जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे तेजोऽसि तेजोमयि देहि वीर्यमसि वीर्यं मयि देहि बलमसि बलं मयि देहि ओजोऽसि ओजो मयि देहि मन्युरसि मन्युं मयि देहि सहोऽसि सहो मयि देहि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ. Offering my salutations at the holy feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, I offer my pranams to most revered Atmavidanji Maharaj, who has come all the way to bless all of us from Bengaluru. My namaskars to Justice Arvind Kumarji, Judge of the Supreme Court of India. Namaskars to Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, a distinguished scientist, though retired, and a former program director of ISRO, ISRO in Bangalore. My namaskars to Dr. Raghu, our devotee and educationist, who has come from Bengaluru. And incidentally, all the four people on stage are from Bangalore. Big connection between Hyderabad and Bangalore, and here is a ex-Bangalorean standing in front of you. So the stage belongs to Bangalore. Silent claps. This is the best way to avoid sound pollution. Silent claps. Or lotus, like this. Anyway, this is a very wonderful day, 24th Foundation Day of the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. On this very day, as many of you have seen the video, 23 years back, Srimad Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj, the then 13th President of the Ramakrishna Order, inaugurated this. It is his brainchild that we are continuing to take it on our tiny shoulders for the welfare of society and for the training of the society. And I offer my namaskars to retired Justice Kodandram of the Telangana High Court, our friend and well-wisher and advisor, and also our faculty members, Satyanarayana Garu, Dr. Modi, Dr. Sri B.S.N. Murthy, Uma Ramana, and many more who could not make it, volunteers, our staff, and everybody, our greetings and prayers, so that the next 364 days before we enter into the silver jubilee of the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, we would contribute many, many more youngsters and trained people into the society. So why this Center of Human Excellence? When outside, in the market, in the society, in education institutions, I refer to centers of excellence in computers, in agriculture, in management, in engineering, in medicine, in law, in chartered accountancy, in driving, in sports. But nowhere you find a full-time focused training programs on human excellence. It has become a necessity in the society for career and objective success, but insaniyat, the man behind the machine, is completely neglected. Swami Ranganathanji's favorite example was crude oil sent to the refinery. It is not directly sent to the petrol bunks because it is crude, it is impure, it is having lot of dirt. But when it is sent to the HPCL, BPCL, Indian Oil Corporation, right from the ship it is put into the huge containers in the seaports. And there at 3000 degree temperature, the crude oil is purified. All the dirt, all that impurity is sucked out and pure oil goes into the market. Petroleum products, diesel, plastic, kerosene, all come out of that crude oil. So similarly in our mind, in our life, there is crudeness. There is unwanted garbage. That has to be pure. That has to be cleaned up. That is why the Center or Institute of Human Excellence. We are not worried about which career you have chosen, where your children are, where the youth are. There may be engineering, there may be medicine, there may be lawyer, there may be judges, there may be drivers, there may be tailors, there may be sportsmen. Let them be according to their capacity and capability. But what is required is the divinity. What is required is the humanity. Otherwise, there will be imbalance in the society. That is why Swami Ranganathanji insisted on one center, other than school and college, other than the other competitive exam training. We should have in Ramakrishna Math, Hyderabad, a center of human excellence. And today we are entering into the 24th year of service to society. Nearly or more than 20 lakh people have come into the institute and undergone this refinement, undergone this recycling process. That is our contribution to society. Some have become IAS, some have become IPS, some have become sportsmen, some have become innovators. They are spread out in the whole country. Silently they have come and they are doing great service to the society. This is the first purpose of human excellence. The second, very important, to fulfill a question which Swami Vivekananda asked in 1897. 1897, Vivekananda returned from America and Europe tour. He had become world famous. And when some young boys, students, college students in Madras University asked him, Swami, we are suffering here under the British Raj, colony of Queen Victoria. We were not allowed to call ourselves as citizens of this country. We are slaves, our great ancestors, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, is it not? And this man, this young monk, travels all the way over the Atlantic and the Pacific, conquers the world in 3.5 minutes, which is on September 11th, tomorrow, according to the calendar. And I'm not going into details. But when he comes back to India, should I call it Bharat now? Anyway, whatever is the name, that time India. Some young people ask him, you have traveled to London and taught them meditation, yoga, bhakti, so many things. Vivekananda was sitting on the chair. These English men and women are sitting on the ground and chanting the Upanishads and Gita and Bhakti Sutras. And here they are sitting on the chair. Our ancestors and forefathers are sitting on the ground, even polishing the shoes of the British. What power he must have generated. So these people were happy. We got a world leader. So they asked him a very important question. Why don't you get us freedom? Why don't you get us freedom? Good question. India wants freedom at that time. Slowly, freedom movement was taking shape. It was suppressed in 1857. So 1897, 40 years later, same question, get us freedom. Now Vivekananda asked, straight question. He said, yes, I can get you freedom tomorrow. Repe meeku techi pedtana swarajyam, swatantrayam. They were so happy. Second question, if I can get you freedom tomorrow, where are the men to preserve that freedom? Kaha hai manush dikao humko kal de denge. No answer. Kaha hai manush? Where are men? They bent their head in shame. This was unacceptable to Swami Vivekananda. He said, I am asking you a question. Where are men? Cannot you pat your chest and say, we are here to sacrifice for the country? You are bending your head. This is the problem with the youth of India at that time. They lost the faith. Then Swamiji said, raise your head. Look at the sun. Look at Bharata Mata. Never bend your head. And then he gave a prophecy. Don't worry. I am seeing something I am not saying. భవిష్యత్తుని చూస్తున్నాను నేను. వచ్చే 50 సంవత్సరాల్లో భారతమాత స్వరాజ్యం పొందుతుంది, స్వాతంత్ర్యం పొందుతుంది అని అప్పుడే డిక్లేర్ చేశారు వివేకానంద. 1897. The next 50 years Mother India shall be free. I am seeing. I am not saying. But we have to pay heavy price for it. Leadership was lacking. Divide and rule policy of the British. భారత్కు 4 ముక్కలు చేసి పరిపాలిస్తున్నారు. ఎక్కడో కూర్చుంది ఆమె మహిళ క్వీన్ విక్టోరియా. ఇంత హ్యూజ్ దేశాన్ని పరిపాలిస్తుంది. వేర్ ఆర్ మెన్? స్వరాజ్యం వచ్చింది, స్వామీజీ ఇన్స్పైర్ చేసి వెళ్ళిపోయారు. బట్ దట్ క్వశ్చన్ రిమైన్డ్ అన్ఆన్సర్డ్. వాట్ ఇస్ ద క్వశ్చన్? కహా హై మానుష్? వేర్ ఆర్ మెన్? Men includes women also, please don't worry. Otherwise you will be angry. Usage. So to fulfill that question of Swami Vivekananda, Maharaj used to tell us, Swami Ranganathan used to tell us, we have schools, we have colleges, we have hospitals, we have training centers, we have libraries, we have temples. Where is the center for training men and women? Kaha hai manush? Vivekananda is asking. We have to answer to Swamiji. So he devised an idea and told the then president of the Ramakrishna Math Hyderabad, Swami Ananyaji and Swami Paramarthanji, and saw that he himself came on 10 September 2000 from Belur Math as the president of the order and inaugurated, and thanks to the government of Andhra Pradesh at the time, they gave this land, and other things happened, and the chief minister at the time was so happy to inaugurate and declare it a useful center for the citizens of Hyderabad, citizens of Andhra and Telangana, and citizens of the whole country. So this is the birthday of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. చప్పట్లు కొట్టి మళ్ళీ సైలెంట్ క్లాపింగ్ వెళ్ళిపోండి, లేకపోతే ఉన్నారా లేదో డౌట్ వస్తుంది నాకు. So many people have contributed silently and personally, and this is the institute even in the campus. 24/7, morning 6 o'clock to night 8 o'clock. In the last 23 years, we have never closed it even for one day. Never, no holidays, no vacation, no band. Telangana agitation time, I remember, the agitators were going around closing the schools and colleges and lathi charge and violence, etc. Some people came here also. These agitators. Musayindi, idi, adi, idi, ani. Some people came to me when I was in the institute. I said, మీరందరూ మా క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి, తొందరగా తెలంగాణ వస్తుంది. అదేలాగా we will train you how to agitate. We will train you how to talk. We will give you confidence. వీళ్ళందరూ వెళ్ళిపోయారు వాళ్ళ నాయకుల దగ్గరికి. రామకృష్ణ మఠంలో హ్యూమన్ ఎక్సలెన్స్ క్లోజ్ చేయలేదు, అక్కడ పబ్లిక్ వస్తున్నారు, పిల్లలు వస్తున్నారంటే వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి తిట్టారంట. ఎంత మంచి సేవ చేస్తున్నారు తెలంగాణ బిడ్డలకి, మీరు అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి గొడవ చేస్తారని వాళ్ళ నాయకులు వాళ్ళని తిట్టారంట. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రైడ్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ ఆల్సో, దట్ దే కంట్రిబ్యూట్. వి గేవ్ సమ్ and we have trained secretariat staff, we have trained police, we have trained scientists, we have trained auto drivers also, we have trained bus conductors, we have trained sweepers, and they were recognized for their service to society, from a 5th standard boy to a PG student. So this human excellence is very, very important for today's circumstances, whether it's in parliament, whether it's in high court, whether it is in the street, or whether it's in the management. That is where Swami Vivekananda says, let every man and woman and child, see the word, see the vision. which we are working through Institute of Human Excellence. Let every man and woman and child, without respect of caste or birth, త్యజి జాతి కులమాయ్ మా సంప్రదాయం ఇది. నో జాతి నో కులం బిజినెస్. Without respect of caste or birth, weakness or strength, hear and learn that behind the strong and the weak, behind the high and the low, behind everyone, there is that infinite soul assuring the infinite possibility and infinite capacity of all to become great and good. Human excellence. All to become great and good. Let us proclaim to every soul, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Arise, awake, awake from this hypnotism of weakness. ఇదంతా ఎప్పుడు చెప్తున్నారు ఆయన? 1897. Total weakness, lack of faith. Everything left for karma, everything left for somebody else to do. But Swamiji came at that time and gave this wonderful message from Colombo to Almora. Then he says, none is really weak. The soul is infinite, omnipotent, omniscient. Stand up, assert yourself, proclaim the divinity within you. Do not decry the God in you. Dehypnotize yourself. The way to do that is found in your own sacred books. 1897 in Kumbakonam town lecture, one paragraph. Idi ఆధారం మాకు. Child or woman, young or old, east or west, any part. Capacity is there, capability is there, potentiality is there, దైవత్వం is there. But we need a opportunity, a platform, a field, a kshetra to impart this. That is why this Institute of Human Excellence inaugurated 23 years ago and 24th Foundation Day today. And we are very happy to have with us Justice Arvind Kumar from the Supreme Court of India, and we have revered Swami Atmavidananda ji, Justice Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, Dr. Raghu, and the faculty and everybody. We welcome each one of you, the parents, the teachers, the volunteers, the staff, the devotees who have come to participate in this program. And may Sri Ramakrishna Mother and Swamiji bless all of us and take this institute more and more to glorious heights of divinity, and more students and more teachers and more people come, and there will be real transformation in the society. దీనికోసం ఈ విశేష దినం ఏర్పాటు చేశాం. మీ అందరికీ ఆహ్వానం. మంచిగా విని ఆనందించి మీ గ్రీటింగ్స్ అందరికీ పంచిపెట్టి భోజనం చేసుకొని ఇంటికి వెళ్ళాల్సింది కోరుతున్నాం. రేపు కూడా విశేష కార్యక్రమం 11వ తారీఖు సెప్టెంబర్ వివేకానంద చికాగో నగరోపన్యాసాల 130వ సంవత్సరం అది కూడా సెలబ్రేషన్ ఉంటుంది. రేపు యూత్ కన్వెన్షన్ ఉంటుంది. సాయంత్రం 3:30కి ట్యాంక్ బండి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి వివేకానంద విగ్రహానికి పుష్పమాల ఆవిష్కరణ అంతా ఉంటుంది. దానికి కూడా ఆహ్వానం. Other instructions will be followed. Thank you very much. Welcome each one of you for this program. Namaste.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your warm welcome. May I now request our students of Vivekananda Institution, taking forward the message of Swami Vivekananda, our students of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence will be reciting the powerful teachings of Swami Vivekananda.
Indian youth are now at the crossroads. India's priceless spiritual heritage, which enshrines the eternal truths and wisdom, is now facing the challenge of materialistic values and unethical modern trends reaching the youth via the internet, TV shows, and mass media. Owing to the competition consumerism, etc., life has become stressful and aimless for the present day youngsters. In this dire situation, the life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda can be of immense benefit and help to all people.
Shrija, I can't do it anymore. Studies feel like burden now. I'm not able to take joy in the process of learning. Moreover, exams are around the corner and it's stressful. I feel like giving up now, Shrija.
Never say no, never say cannot. You are infinite. Even time and space are nothing compared with your nature. You can do anything and everything. You are almighty. These were the words of the fiery monk Swami Vivekananda. Manu, now it's high time for you to know what Swamiji explicated about education.
Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. There is no limit to the power of human mind.
How has all the knowledge in the world been gained? But by the concentration power of the mind. The world is ready to cover up its secrets if we only know how to knock, how to give the necessary blow. The strength and force of the blow come only through concentration.
Shrija, many great men were produced during the ancient times, right? And education must have played a very important role in this. I really want to know how the education in the ancient times used to be.
It is universally recognized that we had in ancient India a unique system of education which attracted students from all over the world, but unable to appreciate the wealth of Indian culture. The foreign education is considered it's useless and even unhealthy, and so try to replace it by their own. It is to the saints and seers that we now have to turn for light and guidance in the apparently difficult endeavor of reorientating the system of education in India. It is singularly fortunate that one church saint here of India, Swami Vivekananda, has bestowed his thoughts on this difficult problem and has offered practical solutions which, if zealously applied, will facilitate establishing a system that will be a harmonious blending of the culture of this land with the scientific methods of the West.
Swamiji said, the old system of education in India is very different from the modern system. It was thought that knowledge is sacred.
The bond between the teacher and the thought is peculiar to India. It is really like an adoption. The teacher is more than my own father, and I am truly his child, his son in every respect. I owe him obedience and reverence, and we carry this love, this respect for our teacher all our lives.
What we want are Western sciences coupled with Vedanta, Brahmacharya as the guiding motto, and also Shraddha and faith in one's own self.
Well, Shrija, I really want to know the progress of education from the British times till the present.
India was then under British rule and was experiencing an upheaval in its cultural life. British rule had brought India into the world community, and English education and modernization had brought new hope. According to Swamiji, on one side, New India is saying, we only adopt Western ideas, Western languages, Western food and Western manners, we shall be as strong and powerful as the Western nations. On the other, Old India is saying, fools, by imitation, others' ideas never become one's own. Nothing, unless earned, is your own.
The education which does not bring about the strength of character, a spirit of philanthropy, and a courage of lion in it. Is it worth the name?
Education is not the amount of information that is put into your brains and goes right there undigested all your life.
Shrija, yet another serious problem is the increased number of suicides in our country. So, how does Swamiji help us in this?
Swamiji says, you must not see that you are weak. How do you know what possibilities lie behind the degradation on the surface? You know but little of that which is within you. For behind you is the ocean of infinite power and blessedness.
Hold the ideal 1,000 times, and if you fail 1,000 times, make the attempt once more.
Shrija, me and my friends, whenever we sit to study, we can barely hold ourselves for at least an hour. We get distracted so easily.
Swamiji has a solution for this too, Manu.
Swamiji says, make yourself a fit agent to work. Make your nerves strong. What we want are muscles of iron and nerves of steel, inside which dwells the mind of the same material as that of which the thunderbolt is made.
90% of the thought force is wasted by the ordinary man, and therefore he is constantly committing blunders. The trained man and mind never commit mistakes.
Shrija, I got everything that you have told me until now. Swamiji's words have stirred up a fresh vigor and enthusiasm in me. But now the question is, how must the future education be? Isn't it so ambiguous?
Agreed, Manu. The future education seemed to be ambiguous with coming of AI, advanced technology, etc. But a man will ever remain a man, and future education ought to focus on one primary aspect, that is character building.
Swamiji proclaims, we are always trying to polish up the outside. What use in polishing up the outside when there is no inside? The end and aim of all the training is to make the man grow.
What we want is that education by which character is built, strength of mind is increased, intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet.
Shrija, give me one last advice. You know I aspire to become a teacher, right? So, how should an ideal teacher be?
The teacher's life and personality should be like a blazing fire which could have a positive influence in the pupils in his care.
The only true teacher is he who can immediately come down to the level of the student, transfer his soul to the student's soul, see through the student's eyes, hear through his ears, and understand through his mind.
Therefore, today, let us not just hear, but also understand and imbibe the spirit of Swami Vivekananda and apply his teachings in our daily life to build a stronger system of education. Please repeat with us.
Uttishtata,
Uttishtata,
Jagrata,
Jagrata,
Prapyavaran,
Prapyavaran,
Nibodhata,
Nibodhata.
Arise,
Arise,
awake,
awake,
and stop not,
and stop not
till the goal is reached.
till the goal is reached.
Namaste, I am Neha and I am currently pursuing my BTech. I am attending Balavikas since I was from 4th class.
Namaste everyone, my name is Gayatri. I have been attending the Samskar camp since my 9th class. I am 10th now.
Namaste everyone. My name is Sai Sutirth. I'm in 8th grade and I've been attending Balvikas since 4th class.
Hello everyone, I am Rishi Bharadwaj Remani. I've been coming to Ramakrishna Math since I was 4th and now I'm 8th.
Namaste everyone, my name is Manushri and I'm attending Bal Vikas since I was in 4th grade and I'm now in 9th grade.
Namaste everyone, I'm Shrija. I am attending Balvikas since I'm 5th and now I'm in 9th grade.
Namaste everyone, I'm G. Mihika Sonali and I've been attending Balavikas from 7th grade. Now I am in 9th grade.
Namaste everyone, myself Videep and I have recently joined Ramakrishna Math.
Thank you, everyone. That was a powerful performance. I'm extremely privileged to introduce revered Swami Atmavidanandaji, Senior Monk, Ramakrishna Math, Bengaluru. Initiated by Srimad Swami Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj in 1964, Swami Atmavidanandaji joined the Ramakrishna order at its Chandigarh center in 1969. He received his Brahmacharya Diksha in 1975 and also Sannyas Diksha in 1980 from Srimad Swami Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj. He had served as monastic assistant at K3, Alo, Arunachal Pradesh, Allahabad, Guwahati and Ranchi centers. From 1989 to 1997, Swami Atmavidanandaji was the head of Ranchi center. Later, he was the head of Kishanpur, Dehradun Center, Mysore and Kadapa and Vishakhapatnam centers. Highly thorough with the education and service activities of Ramakrishna Mission, revered Swami Atmavidanandaji worked in many relief operations under Ramakrishna Mission in Andhra Pradesh. Ramakrishna Mission Kadapa was built from scratch under his supervision. Presently, Maharaj is residing in Bengaluru. May I now request revered Swami Atmavidanandaji Maharaj to bless the gathering with his address.
निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पाधृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि. Revered Swamijis, Swami Bodhamayananda ji and other monks, our Justice Arvind Kumar ji, Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, Dr. Raghu. So, namaskar to all of you. I am very happy to be part of this celebration of this Human Excellence Center. I am seeing Hyderabad ashram itself from very inception in 1974 when this was started. Then onwards continuously one or other program coming, and we could see how Revered Ranganathanji Maharaj thought about this special center of human excellence as explained by Swami Bodhamayananda ji, and continuously so many programs are going on, and now other centers also in a small way, not so big, it is also picking up some of these items, because that is one of the most important items lacking in our normal education system. Swamiji gave an ideal for everyone. That is, our main aim of this human life is to know our real self. Atmano mokshartham, he told. And we should not be only centered about that. Jagat hitaya cha, parallelly. When we are trying to be perfect human beings, knowing our real self, we also should be serving the society. And that serving the society, it should be what service? Again, service of God in man. So that second idea which he gave, and when we do it without any expectation, attachment and all those things, and then if we have to do any work, if you think about myself first, let me, and then I too know it is a continuous process. Everyone should be, at all the times, we should be working for realization, and also, so work and worship should go together. And Swamiji also told very important one thing, this Bharat Mata is the very important factor in the whole creation. So every one of us should be working for this India. So somebody, one lady devotee had come and asked Swamiji, Swamiji, I would like to do service to you. Please tell me what I can do for you. And he did not say anything, build up this building or do any other thing. He only told, love India. Love India. And that love India is for every one of us. Yes, this great country has given us our birth here. So, apart from doing whatever we are doing, yes, we have to progress ourselves. Along with that, we have to always think about India, how I can work, serve for our motherland. This is one of the most important things. So, we should definitely do progress in our individual life, but always have to think about Bharat Mata. Because, you see, nowadays what happened? Many of youngsters they want to go out and get good jobs, education and settle there. And many of them, they even forget about their parents also. But that should not be. One corner should be kept always for development of India. Whatever is possible, wherever you are working, do something always for our motherland. These are the important things. Other things, our institute is doing so many great works. I am very, very happy. Many of you have come, and it is touching all sections of the population, that is youngsters, educated, and other people. I thank our Swamiji for inviting me to be part of this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj. I request our revered Maharaj to accept a small token of love from Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, Ramakrishna Mutt. I request our chief guest as well as Adhyaksha Maharaj to present a memento to revered Maharaj and a small sampling of a plant. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, sir. I'm deeply honored to introduce our chief guest of today's program, Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Delhi. He did schooling and college at Bengaluru and studied degree at National College and completed law from Bengaluru University. During student days, he was active as Students' Union leader and was Vice President of Bangalore University Students' Action Committee. After being enrolled in the year 1987 as advocate, he was appearing in trial courts for about 3 years. From the year 1990 onwards, he shifted practice to High Court and started practicing independently. Appointed as Additional Central Government Standing Counsel at High Court of Karnataka in the year 1999. He had been appointed by Government of India as member of Regional Direct Taxes Advisory Committee in the year 2002. In the year 2005, he was appointed as Assistant Solicitor General of India. He conducted cases covering Constitution of India, Central Excise Act, Customs Act, Code of Civil Procedure, Criminal Procedure Code, etc. He also conducted number of election petitions pertaining to assembly and parliamentary constituencies. He had also been practicing on taxation side as Standing Counsel of Income Tax Department for 11 years. He was legal advisor to various statutory corporations and companies. He was one of the founding members of Lahari Advocates Forum, an organization promoted by distinguished senior advocates for promoting legal education, training young advocates, conducting workshops on various subjects for advocates, conducting orientation courses to young advocates, seeking appointment as judicial officer, and was also its vice president. He was associated with number of voluntary organizations, was special public prosecutor for CBI till elevation. He was appointed as additional judge, High Court of Karnataka on 26th of June 2009 and took oath of office on the said date and was made a permanent judge with effect of 7 December 2012. He was appointed as Chief Justice, High Court of Gujarat and took oath of office on 13th October 2021 and had been discharged his duties till 12th February 2023. Sir was elevated as Judge of Supreme Court of India and took oath of office on 13th February 2023. You will be pleased to know that Sir is the classmate of our Adhyaksha Maharaj Swami Bodhamayanandaji. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Justice Arvind Garu, to address the gathering.
A very good morning. I can say in another 20 minutes it will be good afternoon. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Swami Atmavida Anandji, Swami Bodhamayanandji, Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, former Director ISRO, Dr. Raghu, educationist, host of dignitaries of the dais, including parents, teachers, my dear students, friends from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Paramagurubhyo Namaha, Paratparagurubhyo Namaha, Parameshti Gurubhyo Namaha. Saluting at the lotus feet of all the learned gurus, I would like to just share few of my thoughts. Swami Bodhamayanandji, in his remarks or address, said, dais is occupied by all Bangaloreans. I will tell you two secrets. The first secret is, half the secret was let out by the earlier speaker. He said, myself and Swamiji were classmates. We studied together for 8th, 9th and 10th standard in same school, and we were sitting in the same bench for all the 3 years. Second thing is, I was wondering as to why I was invited for this function. And it was because of Chella Kodandram, Justice Chella Kodandram, who is a very old friend of mine and a senior member, a former judge of this High Court, who was responsible for bringing me here, and I am grateful to him also. And my friend Mr. Sridhar Prabhu has come from Bangalore all the way to attend this program because he is also an alumni of Ramakrishna Math. The second secret is, before telling that, I would like to say one thing. Lord Rama, after conquering Lanka and killing Ravana, he was winding up all his proceedings in Sri Lanka. Lakshmana said, Rama, look here, elder brother, now that we have come in search of the Sita Mata, our Bhabi, you got her, and you have killed the Ravana, the Rakshasa. The Ravana had a golden palace. The palace is so good. Everything here in Lanka is very good. Vibhishana is here to assist us. We will rule from here itself. We will not go back to our motherland. Then Rama says, Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. My motherland is more attached. It is more than the heaven. And the second secret is, my mother is from Andhra, she is from Vijayawada. నాకు తెలుగు రాదు, బాగా మాట్లాడదేనికి కొంచెం కొంచెం వస్తుంది. మీరు ఎవరారు తిడితే మాకు అర్థమవుతుంది. With this, I would like to say, because the young students are here, and this is what, it's a great privilege to be in your midst on this 24th Foundation Day celebrations of this institute, a unit of Ramakrishna Math. You are all aware this institute was long cherished dream of Swami Ranganathanandji Maharaj, the 13th president of the Ramakrishna Order, and this came into existence in September 2000. And I have been told that from the inception, this institute has been providing self-improvement programs to students, youth, professionals, elders, school and college students, teachers, parents, doctors, police personnel, government employees, managers, corporate employees. This institute has been conducting tailor-made programs, short courses, seminars, orientation programs, life skills, values, spiritual, ethical development, and approximately 20 lakh participants are said to have benefited from these programs. I have also been informed that year-long weekend training course known as Balavikas, Catching Them Young, is also being conducted apart from summer camps, and thousands of the students are benefited. Friends, it is obvious that we live in the time when knowledge even is more vital to our society and economy. Last decade alone, access to higher education has improved as more IITs and IIMs, central, state level and private universities have been established. However, one must notice that this proliferation has also raised concern about an imbalance between excellence and inclusion. I see in the audience large number of students. My sincere advice to young minds is that don't be impressed by the money that is shown to you in the outer world. The money you earn, the degrees you acquire, the prizes you win, the laurels you get, the titles you may acquire are all secondary. Imbibe 3H. 3H. Number 1, honesty. 2, humility. 3, humbleness. You will become a perfect human being. Swami Vivekananda was a great philosopher and guide this country has ever produced. And Swamiji was of the firm view that a nation to grow, young should develop character. Education without character is useless. Any acquisition of degrees and doctorates without imbibing basic human qualities is of no use. Swamiji said in his book, My India the Eternal, I quote, what is education? Is it book learning? No. Is it diverse knowledge? Not even that. The training by which the current and expression of will are brought under control and become fruitful is called education. Education is not filling the mind with a lot of facts. Perfecting the instrument and getting mastery of his own mind is the ideal education. He further said, I quote, we want the education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. Friends, you must be all wondering about number of universities across the globe, like Oxford, Stanford, Berkeley, etc., etc., etc. At the same time, you should know that in our country, we had 2 universities. One is Takshashila, 2 is Nalanda University. This was thousands of years ago. Did you know? You can find out from your Google search. Now everything, if anybody asks, youngsters have the habit of opening the phone and Google search. You can find out from that Google search also. At that time, about 4,000 years back, we had entrance exam. Our Takshashila and Nalanda University, there were students studying from 128 countries. Where are those universities? Why should India not become the guiding master for the world? And we are inching towards it. And your role is very, very important. Of course, parents' roles also and teachers' roles also. I have been allotted 18 minutes time. I request the Honorable Chair to give me 2 more minutes. I will conclude it in all 20 minutes. That is, I have completed 5 minutes in another 15 minutes. This university, how the entrance exam was conducted was, there were 5 gatekeepers at the entrance. Every day foreign students used to come in numbers, in great numbers. They used to ask 5 questions. Art, they used to ask the student, you are well versed in which subject? You want to study what? Inside, you want to come inside this university and study what? Suppose he says culture. One gatekeeper used to ask questions about culture. 5 questions were being put to that each student. If he or she answers 3 questions, entrance exam passed. He can go inside the university. Just imagine, close your eyes, just imagine, if our gatekeepers were capable of conducting the entrance exam, what was the knowledge our professors and teachers had inside the university? It is unimaginable. When this Nalanda and Takshashila University was burnt by the invaders, the library was burning for 727 days. You just imagine how many books we have lost. Be that as it may, we will rebuild it. You can do it and you will have to do it. It is in your hands. You are the future of our country. We proceed on the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We want everyone to be taken into consideration. Swami Atmanandaji said with regard to this Bharata and all. You must all be knowing that while we do Sankalp every day, when you go to temples, you ask the Acharya to do the Sankalpa on your behalf. Shubhe Shomane Muhurte Adya Brahmana Ditipararte Shvetavara Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Kaliyuge Pratamabade Bharata Varshe Bharata Kande Jambu Dvipe Dandakaranya Godavarya Tire and so on and so forth. So this Bharata is where Bhava, Raga, Tala, all the 3 meet together, it is Bharata. So that is the great country we are living. You must all remember, friends, that under the Indian Constitution, lawyers and judges are here. Everyone speaks about right. I don't know what in Telugu it is called. Hakku. Hakku. Correct? Kada? Hakku. This is my right. Everything, including children. You give a chocolate to a small child and take it back, it will resist. It says it is my right. No doubt, right is very, very sacred. Nobody can be deprived of his right. But you should also not forget that you owe a duty to this country. That is why under Article 51A of the Constitution, there are what is known as fundamental duties. I will just quote 2 sub-articles in Article 51A, namely Article 51A F. It says, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Number 1. And another sub-article which I would like to highlight is to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievements. First article with regard to culture and heritage. What is that we have received from our forefathers? 6,000 years our country has withstood all sort of onslaughts. Mughals, Dutch, French, English, everyone have plundered this country. Still we have survived. It is because of the rich cultural heritage. So it is the duty of every citizen to protect the culture. Culture means don't think something doing puja or sitting in the God's room, closing your eyes, keeping your nose closed. That itself is not culture. Culture is respecting old age. Nowadays, there are 5-star, 7-star old age homes. It is very, very painful for me, speaking for myself, when I see a old age home. Because one of my friend, and who was my relative also, he came to me and asked for donation. And he said, please give some donation. I have started a very good old age home. I said, no, I will not give you even 1 rupee. This is not our culture. I will tell you the reason is, one of our great thinkers, who was a writer also, some of them might be knowing, Guru Ramaswamy Iyengar. He wrote a book that the America I Saw. In that book he says he went and visited a old age home. He saw one old lady, she came on an automatic electric chair. And she saw, because even a dhoti and jubba and kurta, she saw him and she came and she took his hand. And she kissed his hand and touched to her eyes and said, why do you come here? Don't come here. You come from the land of Krishna. Go back. Look at the world which is seeing us, how they perceive us Indians. So it is the responsibility of you young children. Don't send your parents to old age home, because you will also be old one day. That is your future. So it is our fundamental duty to take care of our parents. This is one of the culture. Respect teachers. Our Swami Bodhamayanand ji, because I find it very difficult. His Purvashram name is Praveen Maharaj. So because we were going on cycles, sometimes doubles. So I visualize that situation, and it is very difficult for me to say Swami Bodhamayanand ji. So with his permission. The reason is this. When you start respecting old age and respecting elders, respecting teachers, you grow yourself. Once you grow, the nation grows. That is why in that other sub-article which I said, strive for excellence. How many, I'll ask you one question. You can just raise your hands. Most of the people, you will be knowing your father's name, right? How many of you know your grandfather's name? You can just lift your hand. All right. Next question, if you know, you keep it. Otherwise, you put your hand down. How many of you know your great-grandfather's name? Not bad, good. How many of you know great-great-grandfather's name? How many of you know your great-grandfather's great-grandfather name? That is 6th generation. Do you know who was your ancestor 10 generations back? 10 generations back? I see 1 or 2 hands. I am not finding fault with anybody. It is not finding fault with anyone. How many of you, now I'll ask you another question. How many of you know Lord Rama? How many of you know Lord Krishna? How many of you know Swami Vivekananda? How many of you know Adi Shankaracharya? Have you anybody seen them? How do you know them? It is because of their values and virtues. Everyone should try to become Swami Vivekananda. You think that you are Swami Vivekananda, I will be Swami Vivekananda one day. That is why, you know, in India, the culture is, we respect, when we see somebody, we do namaskara. Correct? So everybody does it like this, casually and all this. But there is what is known as in Upanishad, some namaskara mudra. This namaskara mudra is like this. You do it here. Why? It is because of this reason. Every individual has got Paramatma in their Atma. So how do you do it? They say, from my Atma to your Paramatma, I salute from Antaratma, Paramatma to your Atma. This is called Namaskara Mudra. This is our culture. This is what we should develop. And many a times we know about these things, but still we are not able to achieve this. Number one, develop patriotism. This is what Swamiji has also said. The first and foremost is, if you don't develop patriotism, that is your love and respect to your country, your national flag, national anthem and national song, then we are no you. Swamiji said, you may go wherever you are, but think of Bharata, think of India, think of this country, wherever you are. I will just remind you one incident where there was one youngster. He was a very, very great football player. He was named O.J. Simpson. You know, he was a great footballer. He played like a tornado. He went like a storm. But when he was young, he was very thin, very weak, no background, nothing. So one day he went to watch the football match. And that match, he wanted to see Mr. Brown. He was a famous player at that time. This small young boy, he went to him, and after the match, he pulled his jersey, the t-shirt. He was a very small boy, and that Brown saw this young boy and said, yes, what do you want? He said, sir, I have attended all your matches. He said, very good. Then he went 2 steps. Again he pulled his t-shirt. Then he said, what? He said, sir, I know how many goals you have scored in each match. He said, very, very good, extraordinary, keep it up. Then again he went. 3rd time he pulled his t-shirt. This Brown was getting agitated. Then he said, all right, why are you pulling me for the 3rd time? He said, sir, one day I am going to break your record. That was O.J. Simpson. And he did break all the world record. Till Pele, who later on broke the record of O.J. Simpson. So always think, you can. Don't think I can't. Don't go in negativity. And I will recollect the story of Swami Harshanand ji. When he had visited our Bangalore Advocates Association, he said, always think positive, think good. Don't think bad. And don't try to find mistake in others. And speaking about ladies, they say, "Ye mera sari bahut acha hai, uske sari ke. Mera dress acha hai." You may be wearing good. You appreciate the others also. Think of good things. That is why once it so happened, one person wrote a painting and he told his friend, look here, I have done a beautiful painting. So Swamiji knew that this man was having aham. I am great. So he wanted to break that. So he made one small. He said, no. There are so many mistakes in this painting. He said, my painting, anybody finding mistake? He said, if anybody finds mistake in my painting, I will stop painting. He said, anyway, now the audience are here. We'll ask them. He kept that painting and he kept one pen and one ink. He's put a small note below that. He said, whoever finds mistake in this painting, please put a small dot. So one person got up. He saw eyelashes were not proper. He put one small dot. Another person came, said, nose is little turned this side. He put one dot. Like this, 1 hour, everybody tried to find mistake and whole painting was with dots. So that painter got dejected, he got disappointed, he got disillusioned. He said, from tomorrow I am not painting. So Swamiji said, don't worry, your painting is beautiful. What is this, Swamiji? Just now you said there are mistakes and so many people have found mistakes in my painting. He said, it all depends upon how you see. I will certify this is the best painting by the very same audience. He said, how can they have found mistake? How can they find good thing? He said, don't worry. He said, you give me another picture. That painter gave another picture. So below that, he changed the board. He removed that old board. He said, please identify the good thing in this painting. Again, everybody came. Said, oh, nose is so nice. Ears are so beautiful. So everyone kept dots. Another 1 hour, it was full of dots. So the painter was so happy. It means how you view, how you think, be positive, be optimistic, don't be pessimistic, don't be negative. Always, students, you think that you can, don't think you can't. This is one for the students. And for the parents, I have one small advice. Swamiji, another 5 minutes? Now, parents are always in the habit of goading the student or these children. You score higher marks, engineering, always engineering, medicine, and going to America. One of the main. Be that whatever it may be. I attended one marriage about 4 years back. My cousin's daughter, she had taken the +2. No, that is the where you go for engineering or medicine. On the day of that marriage, in that hall, I was sitting and she came. I saw she was very, very sad. I knew something has happened. So I did not want to tell her. So I made her to sit beside me. I held her hand. I consoled her. I said, don't worry, there is so many things in life and all. Her mother came, my cousin, she came. She said, tell her, idiot. I have told her so many times. What do you think of this? You think she has failed, right? The problem was, then I asked, all right, why do you worry? Don't worry. No, uncle. Amma titta unnaru because I scored only 96.8%. I said, then how much you should have scored? She wanted 99%. For 2.2%, she mother has been scolding, saying that you study. Is it the study only by itself everything? Answer is no. So don't put pressure on your children to study every time. Make them to understand what is the importance of study and make them an all-round development. There is one school in Karnataka, in Bangalore city, where both are taught. That is Vedas, Upanishad, and also the regular modern education. This is what is required for the present day. This is for the students, for the parents. And last but not the least, for teachers. Teacher and Guruji earlier said that, and even the sayings of Swami Vivekananda shows that the teacher, there should be affinity, a bond should be developed. As you all know, when India was thriving and the Britishers had conquered this country and they wanted to break this country, the British Parliament passed a unanimous resolution adopting one-man commission called Lord Macaulay Commission. He travelled the breadth and length of the country and he gave a report to the Parliament of British saying that to break India, you will have to break their culture, break their education system, break the Gurukula system. Then automatically it will disintegrate. Anyway, I will not go into that aspect at this stage, but the fact remains that the teachers, what is the role of the teacher? For this, there is one small story and I will conclude with this. In England, there was a school. It is a real story. One boy had come to the class in the middle of the year after that winter vacation. He had joined the class and there was a new class teacher. That class teacher saw that boy was shabbily dressed, not combing his hair, not tying his shoes and lace, not putting his tie. All this, whatever you call it as indiscipline, was available on his face. So the teacher developed a dejection towards that boy. So every time if a student commits a mistake, she would say, you should study well, otherwise you will become like Teddy. That boy's name was Teddy. You will become like Teddy. And that boy used to silently cry. And if somebody comes shabbily dressed, she used to say, you will also become like Teddy. So all other children used to laugh at him. And one day the headmistress was passing through and she saw this, that Teddy was standing and he was crying and teacher was scolding him. So she called the class teacher. She said, Madam, why were you scolding Teddy? No, he is very useless boy, doesn't study, doesn't do homework, shabbily dressed, doesn't comb his hair, doesn't put oil, all whatever negative aspect she said about that boy. Then he said, all right, 1 second. She took out from her cupboard and gave one file to that class teacher. The class teacher studied for a few minutes and she was shocked because he was in 5th standard. The last previous 4 years, he was the first in the class. Suddenly this change had happened. That headmistress tells him, look here, you know why he is like that? He lost his mother. She was suffering from cancer. So please take care of him. The teacher's eyes were filled with tears. And immediately she said, she took him to his classroom, she combed his hair, she tied this thing, and she started developing a liking towards him. And she ensured that he bounces back. But within 2 months, he again came first rank. Or he stood at the topper. Then he went on, and last day, all of you know, or normally it is the send-off every year. We go from one class to another class. We give small gifts to the teacher. Chocolate, pen, rose, something, what we like. So that all students had brought, and this Teddy had brought one leftover perfume of his mother and one bangle of his mother, and he gave it to the teacher. The teacher accepted it with love and care, and she hugged him, and he went to higher classes. She forgot, and he also forgot. She retired and she was somewhere around 80 or 82. She received one wedding invitation after 25 years. She said, please do come for this wedding. I am your student and I am enclosing the air ticket for you also. And she was called and she wanted to know who this student was. She was curious. I want to know who this. He had not disclosed that. And the moment she landed in the airport, she was taken, she was brought, and in the church where the wedding was to take place, the chairs were put, and he had put one chair. On that, there was a sticker called my mother. And the teacher was made to sit on that chair. And that boy was Dr. Teddy Theodore, a great physicist. One teacher, how she can turn the life of a student is an example. I want every faculty members to be a mother to a student rather than a teacher to a student. Because Guru in Sanskrit, Guru, that means one who leads from darkness to the path of light. She is the one who takes him or her to the light. So it is the teacher's duty. And the institutions have already said that there are very, very dedicated torch bearers. And I want this institution also to grow to greater heights, protect dharma, That is why it is said, Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. One who protects Dharma, Dharma will protect you. What is Dharma? Satyam vada, Dharmam chada. These are the good things. Tell truth. Be kind. Give back to the society in whatever manner you can, in whatever fashion you can, in whatever way you can. An onerous responsibility lies on the teaching institutions also, and the institutions should work hard to produce great citizens. And before I conclude, I would like to say one thing. Please take a oath today. 5 things you should do or you should not do. Number 1, you know how many children in the world die every day because of hunger? Every year. About 2.5 lakh children die because of lack of food. So take a oath, take a promise from today onwards, you will not waste any food. Number 1. Number 2, do not take to drugs. Ganja, opium, whatever. I don't know some of the names also. Now only when I come across sitting on the bail, I see these are new types of drugs. Ignorance was bliss. So it is always be away from drugs. Take a oath that come what may, in whatever company you are, you will never fall into drugs. And third one I said, develop patriotism. Develop patriotism towards our country. Number 4, service to the society. Whatever way you can. I was telling Swamiji, I was in Chicago about 2 months back. I was very, very particular that I wanted to go on the stage and sit there and meditate for 5 minutes on the stage which Swami Vivekananda had given his wonderful speech calling the brothers and sisters of America. So I insisted and I spoke to the Consul General. It was at his intervention, Somnath Ghosh. They had closed that hall. I got it opened. Myself, my wife and other family members, we went inside. I did meditation for about 7 minutes on that great dais. And it was electrifying. Imagine 130 years back, the great man who spoke for a very small speech, which was electrifying speech, which changed the course of this country in the eyes of the world. So, that service to the nation. And last, before I say, I will tell you one small story about when you think of the nation. When Swami Vivekananda was traveling in a ship from India to Chicago, America. Every day he was sponsored by one Maharaja. I will tell you who that Maharaja was. In the evening he was doing bhajans with all the other co-passengers. One day, one gentleman with a suit came. He heard in the down, he was in the upper deck because he was a rich man. And he said, what is that going on? That stewards and bearers said, sir, some Indian Swamiji, some Indian monk is going to America. Every day he does the bhajans. He said, I would like to meet that Swamiji. They said, we'll bring him. He said, no, I will only go. That Indian rich businessman, he went down, he talked to him, and he also sat there for 10 minutes after hearing bhajans. Swamiji asked, sir, where are you going? He said, I am now first going to America, then I am going to England and Europe, France, Germany. He said, why? He said, I have brought some soil, different soil of different parts of our country. I want to get it tested. Because some of the scientists said it has got iron content. So he wanted to get it tested in the lab at abroad. Because we did not have a lab. So Swami Vivekananda said, sir, do you believe that if really this sand contains iron, they will certify that this is containing? They do not want India to be progressive. Then the businessman was confused. He said, what should I do? He said, you do one thing, sir. I have been sponsored by so-and-so Maharaja. You please go and ask him. He is a great philanthropist. He will guide you. He will do something. Instead of that, you have got money. You establish a laboratory in India itself. We will produce Indian scientists. So at that time, that businessman came down, approached the Maharaja. Maharaja immediately sanctioned 400 acres in Bangalore. That institute is Indian Institute of Science. Now, earlier it was called Tata Institute of Science. That Maharaja was Maharaja of Mysore, and that businessman was Jamshedji Tata. And that is how TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel at Jamshedpur, came into existence. One piece of advice by Swami Vivekananda changed the course. And this is how you should develop a patriotism. And last but not the least, take a oath that you will follow the principles enshrined in the Indian Constitution, come what may. With this, I take leave of you. May God bless everyone. Sarve jano sukhino bhavantu. And before I go, I offer my humble pranams to the lotus feet of all the Swamijis who have been doing yeoman service. And let us all pray to God that they be given strength to do more such work. And I would conclude by saying, Sabhabhya Sabhapatibhyascha Namo Namaha.
Thank you, sir. We'll definitely become the responsible citizens of our country. And we are extremely honored to have you today, sir. I request revered Atmavidanandaji Maharaj and Bodhmayananda Maharaj to present a small token of love from VIHE to our chief guest, Justice Arvind Kumar, sir. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to introduce one of our guest speakers of today, Dr. TGK Murthy, sir, former scientist of ISRO. Sir worked with the pioneers of Indian space program like Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan, APJ Abdul Kalam, and many more. So I request sir to please address the gathering.
Salutations to everyone. Justice Arvind Kumar, he comprehensively covered on the human excellence. And when once justice speaks, they are the last and final words. I don't have much to add, only a small little is there to add. I take one word from him, the love. Actually, human excellence started by revered Ranganathanji Maharaj, nurtured and nourished, handed over to Bodhmayanji Maharaj, and which has grown leaps and bounds. The secret behind is that the love, 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 love. I am also a student of this Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence in a way. I just touch on this love. If we read My Life is My Work of Swami Ranganathan Ji, you would know what the love is. The love for self, love for the family, love for the society, love for the humanity, in whatever the way they work that what you are doing. So the love is the most important thing. Swami Vivekananda says, love is as vast as sky and as deep as sea. As vast as sky and as deep as sea, if that love is embedded to the work of whatever we are doing, whether it is a small household work or some other work, it becomes human excellence. You may ask me whether any demonstration is there of this love of human excellence in recent time. Yesterday, Pragnan detected earthquake on moon. Pragnan, the lander, detected earthquake on the moon. For this Chandrayaan-3 to go up, the type of the love the scientists they had for the science, the families they had the love for the scientists, the entire Indians they have the love for the India to succeed, the whole humanity their love for Chandrayaan-3 to find new discoveries, whether we can go and colonize the moon. That is the love, the universal love. With that universal love, it has been demonstrated very emphatically with Chandrayaan-3. Hats off to all the humanity, the Indians, the Indian scientists, the Indian parents, the Indian children, everyone, to all of them. That is Pragnan, and the name of that lander is Vikram. Vikram Sarabhai, inspired by Swami Vivekananda, his love for the nation, he sacrificed himself, all his industries and all the things, and started the space. And the result is that today India stands as one of the best in the world, or maybe on par with the world. After saying this, one last word I will say. What is this love? One day when Swamiji from Ramakrishna Math, he asked me, Murthy, do you love yourself? I said, Maharaj, I love. If I don't love myself, whom else I will love? I love myself. Then he asked one question. Do you eat sometimes the junk food? Yes, Maharaj, I eat once a while the junk food. Oh, I say, do you think something wrong or bad words or bad thoughts with you once a while? Yes, Maharaj, it happens once a while. I am a human being, so I have. Do you do anything, something wrong in your life? Yes, Maharaj, I have done. Oh, then finally he says, you say you love yourself and you feed junk food for your tummy and you feed junk things to your mind and you do the junk actions. Do you really love? Maharaj, I doubt very much whether I love myself or not. Then he said, if that is the case, do you love, can you love others? Can you love your family? Can you love your nation? Can you love your humanity? Please check. Please check. It is eye-opening for me what this love is. And when we are doing the work, what type of love we should have. And this love alone is the one which takes the humanity under the present international crisis or whatever the things that is what is happening. So the love is the secret behind the human excellence in all the activities. After saying this one, it is my prayer, it is my wish, it is my probably many of the people. This Institute of Human Excellence becomes an university. And as a university, it gets the recognition and become International Institute University of Excellence of Human Science under revered Bodhamayanji Maharaj. Thank you all, my dear friends. Thank you very much. Pranams to revered Swamiji and Justice Arvind Kumar and Dr. Rakhu. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We now have Dr. V. Raghu Garu, professor and former principal, author, publisher, editor and translator and an educational service provider from Bengaluru. I request sir to have a short talk.
Revered Swami Bodhamayananji, Swami Atmavidananji, Justice Arvind Kumar sir, Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, and all the august audience. It's a great pleasure to share some thoughts with you. First of all, I want to congratulate this institution. Silently it has worked and it has created a human excellence, a product. Nearly 20 lakh worth students, learners have been benefited in this program. The root cause or the source of energy is Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. You might have heard this. Romerola spoke about him. He says, the man whose image I here evoke was the consummation of 2000 years of spiritual life of 300 million people. That is Sri Ramakrishna. That is the source of energy for all of us to stay here and work. And regarding Swami Vivekananda, same Romerola says, he was energy personified and action was his message to men. For him, as for Beethoven, it was the root of all virtues. His words are great music, phrases in the style of Beethoven, stirring rhythms like the March Handel choruses. I cannot touch these sayings of his scattered as they are through the pages of the books at 30 years distance without receiving a thrill through my body like an electric shock. And what shocks, what transports must have been produced when in burning words they issued from the lips of the hero. This is the impact that is we are going to receive if your children, if your young people are with human excellence. If they are the members of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, this is the result we are going to get. We are going to get connect to this source of energy through Bodhamayananji, through Atmavidananji, through so many revered Swamijis. And we'll have the privilege of listening to great men like Justice Arvind Kumarji, T.G.K. Murthy sir. So next point is, why do we need this human excellence? It has been explained, each soul is potentially divine. But how many of we know that the path is, we know the path, it is towards perfection. It's the common objective. But how do we achieve that? You get connected to human excellence. The theory says it is possible, it can happen. Water has a boiling point. All of us agree. Each soul is potentially divine. Water has a boiling point. But if you just keep it there, will it boil? Can you see it has a boiling point? So bring him to Bodhamayananji, he will boil. In Bangalore, when Balak Sangha was formed, the other Swamis I heard, it was in 1960s, even before I was born. Swami Yatishwarananji, great soul. He started Balak Sangha in Bangalore. And Sundays, usually they need to rest. Swamis, they'll be working 24/7. And these kids, as we were kids, will be making noise. So he used to sit and sing, it seems, in the afternoon when he misses his afternoon nap. He used to sit and sing. ನಾನಾರ ದೂಷಿಸಲಿ ನಾನೇ ತೋಡಿದ ಕೂಪದಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹಾಗೆ ಮುಳುಗುತ್ತೇನು. Whom can I blame? I have started this one, I have to suffer. Human beings are here, but do we know how to manifest our excellence? My heart fills with joy when I see these kids moving around, speaking confidently. Swamiji's words are coming out of their little mouths with lot of stress and energy. So what are the benefits coming here? Your child gets confidence. It gets an objective in life. You see, last week I was in a prestigious university training 1,200 kids, engineering kids, mustached babies. In Swamiji's words, mustached babies. One boy, and I'll tell you that is one of the prestigious institutions where including washrooms have a centralized AC system. And a boy in first year engineering, he is not able to do the teamwork because he is shivering out of fear. I just held him, hugged him and asked, what's the problem? He says, I cannot sit with people. If too many people talk, I get disturbed. Have you never attended any social gatherings? No. Bring them here. We'll make them lions. I felt so sorry for the kid. It has lost a valuable life, a chance. Your children will get objective for life. And then resources. All the system is yours, your children's. What does Swamiji need? Nothing. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Once I have happened to pack Swamiji's bag who was traveling to Chicago. I thought he will carry a big suitcase like any of us would do. When the time for I was in the high school, I was also a little bit curious what he is going to carry from here. So before he took a small briefcase, just out of curiosity, I opened the zip and have a peep inside. You know what he had? 2 jubbas, 2 dhotis, 2 chaddars, 2 kaupinams. What does they need? It is for us. It is for you. This whole system is set up. Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence is not theirs. It is ours. I always tell Ramakrishna Mission, Swamiji, you belong to Ramakrishna Mission. Agree. But Ramakrishna Mission belongs to us. With that pride, I stand in front of them. Right? You get emotive values. Your children's social behavior will change. Human excellence is something which is not very clearly visible. I'll give you one small example. Yesterday, General Secretary Maharaj Suvirananji was on stage. By chance, he forgot to bring his chaddar onto the stage. He went out for a small cup of tea or something. He came back and then he told Bodhamananji Maharaj to get his chaddar. And how many of you observed the way he brought his chaddar? Only one lady, probably she is a teacher or an educationist, because she found out, she appreciated that. I immediately caught that point. I also observed. The way he brought the chaddar, it was like the most precious thing in the world. And it was the best services he could do for the General Secretary Maharaj. He being the Adhyaksha of this center. Look at this human excellence. The model is sitting right in front of us. I'll tell you before I end my talk, in fact, I had a lot of things to say, but anyway, I'll be meeting you again and again. Eating badam will have its own effect. Bring your children here, make them eat Ramakrishna's thought badams. Whether they build up muscles, you will come to know later on. I'll end up with one saying and one Kannada kagga, because all Kannadigas are on stage and off stage. One thing I'll tell you, no one else could have made this Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence into practice the way it was formulated and executed, none other than Ranganathananji. Ranganathananji, if you had seen him, you are a punyavanta. You are a virtuous human being. If you are above 50 and a resident of Hyderabad and you have not seen Ranganathananji, you are a sinner. Why I tell you? He used to come to Bangalore for his Bhagavad Gita lectures. 6 o'clock lectures. 5:40 still he is playing volleyball with us, Yoga Sangha boys. He used to play volleyball. Quickly he will have a shower. 5:59 he is on stage. Gopi, mic sound system volunteer on the side. He looks at Gopi and Gopi, which chapter today? Jnana Yoga starts. Look at that balance, human excellence. If you are above 50, if you have not seen Ranganathananji, you are a sinner. It's okay, we can forgive that somehow it happened. But if you are below 50 now, and if you don't bring your families, friends, relatives, their kids, we are not interested in you, sorry, your kids. If you don't bring them to Swami Bodhamayananji or Ramakrishna at Domalguda, you are a sinner. Don't do that sin, please. Now, the last part, all said and done. Jeevanavadondu kale, kaleya kalisuvudentu. ಸಾವಿರದ ನಿಯಮ ಯುಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಒರೆದೊಡೆಯುಂ ಆವುದೋ ಕುಶಲತೆಯೊಂದಿರದೆ ಜಯವಿರದು ಆ ವಿವರ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. Although everything can be taught in the classroom, 28 years I have been teaching, I got fed up, I took VRS. There are certain values which cannot be taught in classrooms. Practicals, sometimes we should get angry. Sometimes we should be punished. Sometimes we should be reprimanded. That we are not allowed in certain areas. And from the talks today that has happened, I am very happy that there is a long way to go in achieving human excellence. Let this center achieve it. From iron and steel industry, we are moved. And this is a small negative note. IRUN. When Tataji went to different countries holding samples of earth, trying to make the iron ore industry grow in India, that was the beginning stage. Now it is a scam, iron ore scam. So from iron and steel industry, we have changed the spelling. RUN, run, and STEAL, steel industry. So our justices are busy dealing such cases. Let us bring down those cases. Let us be the better examples, best human beings, and let us achieve it through human excellence with the help of revered Swamijis. Thank you, Maharaj. I thank everyone present here and revered Swamiji for giving me the opportunity to address you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request revered Swami Atmavidanandaji and our chief guest along with Swami Bodhamayanandaji to felicitate our dedicated guest faculty of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. I'll be calling out the names. First, I request Satyanarayan Garu to please come forward onto the dais. And BSN Murthy Garu, Dr. Vivek Modi Garu, Ambati Srinivas Garu, Ramya Raman Garu, Hema Mukteshwar Rao Garu, Uma Ramana Garu, and Pratyusha Garu. We request everyone to come on to the dais to receive a small token of appreciation from our chief guest and revered Maharaj. I request all the dignitaries as well as our guests for a one group photo. Maharaj. I request all the faculty and guests to have one group photo. Silent clapping, everyone. Right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
We have a very young faculty, Sri Satyanarayana Garu. He will just speak for a minute. He is just 84 years young. Connected with human excellence last 23 years or even more. Satyanarayana ji, just a minute. On behalf of all the faculty.
My pranams to Holy Trinity, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda. And my pranams to revered Swamiji, Bodhamayananda ji, and Avidyananda ji, and Justice Arvind Kumar ji, Sri Dr. T.G.K. Murthy, Dr. Raghu, and Justice Kodandaram Garu, my faculty members, Sri B.S.N. Murthy Garu, Dr. Modi, Ramya Raman, Vishwanathan ji is not here, all other faculty members who are not here, and parents, children. Friends, my association with the Ramakrishna Mutt began in 1975, where I used to attend the meetings of Swami Ranganathananda Maharaj at the same auditorium. And in fact, I had the opportunity of taking Swami Ranganathananda ji to A.P. Rayan's Kamalapuram twice, and I was blessed by him, even in our site when I was personal manager AP Rayons. In the year 2000, when this Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence was coming up, and the name I saw, I always thought how nice if I can teach. And somehow, one Mr. V.S. Sudhakar introduced my name to Swami Srikantananda Maharaj, the director of the institute at that time. And I received a call one day after the institute is inaugurated, so asking me if I can teach here. And I consider myself to be so fortunate to be teaching here for the last 23 years. If I am so active, healthy, and the entire credit goes to my teaching at the VVIHE for the last 23 years. Many people look for salvation for no births, but I certainly look for another life to be associated with the Ramakrishna Math and with teaching at VIHE, which has given me the utmost satisfaction in my retired life. Especially for me, the life started only after 60 when I started teaching here. So, in fact, all my faculty members also I saw the same. In fact, Dr. I.V. Chalpatirao Garu, who was my mentor and guru in the initial years of teaching at Ramakrishna Math at the VIHE, I owe my pranams to him, and I owe my pranams to Dr. Vishwanathan Garu and all other faculty members, Modi ji, V.S.N. Murthy, and Ramya Raman, and Vishwanathan Garu, and all others. And I may pranams to Bodhamayananda Maharaj, actually who encouraged me in the last 13 years after he took over the Math. Not only that Vivekananda Institute has spread its activities, it has opened in more than 150 colleges, centers, to spread the message of Swami Vivekananda and the concept of nation building. In fact, the parents' motivation classes and the Bal Vikas classes that the Math conducts, the VIHE conducts, have become so popular in Hyderabad. Swamiji, there is no way that we can ever repay our gratitude to what you have done in the last 13 years to increase not only the volume, but the quality of the programs at the VIHE have become so popular. And just you can imagine, so by the strength itself, in fact, at many times, the halls are not enough to accommodate the dignitaries who come to attend, but they also occupy other places to listen virtual seeing. So thank you so much, Maharaj. We are blessed. If, as I said earlier, I look forward to another life to be associated with Ramakrishna Math. In fact, as Dr. Raghu said, if people, it's our fortune, it's our good luck, Edo Janmala Punyam, Purva Janmala Punyam, that we are associated with Ramakrishna Math. This is a holy place. Once we come inside, there is no way. This is like Facebook. You can only enter, you cannot go out. So this is, once we enter here, there is no way that we can ever go out. And in fact, this has given me utmost satisfaction, and I am sure all my faculty members also have experienced the same thing. And we'll all be blessed to be associated with this institute. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Pranams to you. God bless you all. Wish you all happy. In fact, I keep telling the younger students, do such deeds that will make your parents feel proud for giving birth to you. And I also tell them to take care of their health. So these two things, health and happiness, are most important. And those parents who have been sending their children here, my pranams to all of them for sending their children for this value-based education at the Ramakrishna Math and VIHE. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. We request our revered Maharaj and Honorable Chief Guest to felicitate our guest speaker, Dr. V. Raghu Garu. I request Dr. Vivek Modi sir to present the vote of thanks for the first session. This will be followed by the cultural programs by our VIHE Balavika students.
So, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Okay, so before I give word of thanks for this session, since I have got the opportunity, let me express my deepest gratitude to Swami Bodhamayananda ji. Long back I came here as a wanderer, then as a student, and then I expressed my desire to be part of faculty here. And I met Swamiji, and Swamiji gave me lots of books. Read Vivekananda. I have always been follower of Vivekananda since earlier. I told, but Swamiji told, no, you read. It's not just teaching here. And after some time, I don't know what good karmas I have done to receive this blessing from Swamiji and this wonderful association here in Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. I get opportunity to go to many corporates, and many times fellow faculty members in corporates, they ask, what do you get in Ramakrishna Math? How much do they pay you? I told, many times I tell them, even if you get this question, you don't deserve an answer. Because you cannot realize, it won't enter into your head. Probably it takes some time for you. So, profound thanks, Swamiji, for this opportunity. Our Satyanarayana sir has actually expressed the heartfelt emotions of all the faculty members, I am sure. Thank you, sir. Coming to the session, morning, we saw the beautiful recitation, the play from the volunteers of the Mutt here and VIHE. Many of the parents, I would like to genuinely congratulate you. Many times parents say, children do not listen to us. You getting your children here itself is a big thing. Because it's the environment which molds children, not what we say them at home. And getting a right environment in today's world is truly a blessing. Having here an institution like Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence at the heart of the city, and I quite echo with what Dr. Raghu said, that if you are below 50 and you don't come here, you are a sinner. I mean, that's well put. So, we are so fortunate. And you could have seen those young kids, what kind of values they are learning just by association. It's not through lecturing, just by association. So, first of all, thanks to all the parents here, all the students here. Thank you so much for having this faith, giving your time here, and taking the services of this great organization. I would like to thank Puja Swami Atmavidhananda ji for his short but very, very deep, heart-touching blessings, very, very core of Ramakrishna Math, what it represents. In few words, he presented wonderfully. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for your time and blessings. Coming to Justice Arvind ji, what he told, sir, it was a masterclass. Beautiful recitation, stories from O.J. Simpson's, that interesting story, to the Teddy, and then closing it with our 5 promises. Don't waste food, no drugs, patriotism, service to society, and of course allegiance to our constitution. We will remember the faith, the oath which you have given. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. We truly appreciate and cherish this time with you, sir. My profuse thanks to Dr. T.G.K. Murthy ji, an octogenarian again. He has spent more time after his retirement than I have spent otherwise in teaching. And giving time here, even after that, there is no retirement. There is no retirement. If you are Vivekananda follower, there is no retirement. Okay. And that beautiful definition of love, what he gave, if you you love yourself, then what you give to your body in terms of food, in terms of thoughts, and in terms of deeds, That was beautifully said, sir. Just in a very few words, in 5 to 10 minutes, you gave a very deep concept to us, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your time with us. And what should I say to Dr. Raghuji? I already told him, you expressed our emotions. This impact and importance of institutions like Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, and this being the first one, it has also inspired other centers to run similar initiatives. You know, many of us, what happens, there is a saying in Hindi, ghar ki murgi dal barabar. We do not understand the value of things which comes easily to us. You know, many people living here within the same city are not aware. Sometimes I wonder, how can you miss a place like Ramakrishna Mutt? I came here many years back. I just came once by chance. And I thought, I cannot miss this. I'll be a big fool if I miss this. So, you expressed our thoughts, and it's important to convey these important values to the people in general, so that they can realize the value. It's very, very important to say that. So thank you so much, Dr. Raghu, for your time. And last but not the least, all the volunteers here, all the students, my fellow faculty members, my pranams, gratitude, and thank you to all of you, one and all. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Now we will be having a cultural program. Before that, I request all our distinguished guests to please take a seat and enjoy the program. We thank you, sir, for your presence on this auspicious occasion. We will now be having cultural programs. We'll have yoga asanas demonstration, then a skit by our VIHE students, followed by Kuchipudi dance. And after the cultural program, after the concluding session, the prasadam will be distributed to everyone. So we have lunch prasadam distribution today. So I request everyone to please be seated in your respective places. As soon as we complete our cultural program, we will be moving to our lunch prasadam. So the Balavika students come every Sunday here. All the parents, devotees know this, and they had put in a lot of effort in preparing for these cultural programs. First, the students will perform yoga asanas demonstration. Then we will have the skit presentation by the VIHE students, and followed by Kuchipudi dance by our own Balavika students. So I request everyone to please be seated in your respective places. I request all the volunteers to maintain the Balavika students. Don't let Balavika students move here and there. I request all the volunteers to make sure everyone have been seated in their respective places. So the first program that we have is the Yoga Asanas demonstration. It is a pleasure to be with you here today to celebrate the joy of yoga and its importance on this special day. Yoga is a practice that has been around for centuries, and it has been increasingly recognized as having a positive impact on physical, mental, and spiritual health. May I now request our yoga faculty to demonstrate the Yoga Asanas demonstration.
Namaste. Patanjali Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali is one of the most important, renowned, and revered texts in the world of yoga. This text are a collection of short verses or aphorisms known as sutras in Sanskrit. They serve as a map and step-by-step guide to cultivate wisdom, understand our nature, and attain self-realization through the practice of meditation. The Yoga Sutras are estimated to have been written between 500 BC. They are regarded as the basis of yoga philosophy and the foundation of the practice of yoga. The Yoga Sutras are considered to be the foundational text to the Raja Yoga. Thank you.
We'll start the recitation, Yoga Sutras recitation by Yoga Adhyan Shibir students. We'll chant Omkara once, then later on we'll start the Sutra program. Okay? Come on. Take a deep inhalation.
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि अथ पतञ्जलियोगसूत्राणि प्रथमोऽध्यायः समाधिपादः अथ योगानुशासनं योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुस्वरूपेव स्थानं वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र वृत्तयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः प्रमाणविपर्ययविकल्पनिद्रास्मृतयः प्रत्यक्षानुमानागमाः प्रमाणानि विपर्ययो मिथ्याज्ञानमतद्रूपप्रतिष्ठम् शब्दज्ञानानुपाती वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः अनुभूत्ययालम्बनावृत्तिर्निद्रा अनुभूतविषया सम्प्रमोषस्मृतिः अभ्यासवैराग्याभ्यां तन्निरोधः तत्र स्थितौ यत्नोऽभ्यासः स तु दीर्घकालनैरन्तर्यसत्कारासेवितो दृढभूमिः दृष्टानुश्रविकविषयवितृष्णस्य वशीकारसंज्ञावैराग्यम् तत्परं पुरुषख्यातेर्गुणवैतृष्ण्यम् वितर्कविचारानन्दास्मितारूपानुगमात् सम्प्रज्ञातः विरामप्रत्ययाभ्यासपूर्वसंस्कारशेषोऽन्यः भवप्रत्ययो विधेह प्रकृतिलयानां श्रद्धा वीर्यस्मृतिसमाधिप्रज्ञापूर्वक इतरेषां तीव्रसंवेगानामासन्नः मृदुमध्याधिमात्रत्वात् ततोऽपि विशेषः ईश्वरप्रणिधानाद्वा क्लेशकर्मविपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टपुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः तत्र निरतिशयं सर्वज्ञबीजम् स पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः कालेनानवच्छेदात् तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः तज्जपस्तदर्थभावनम् ततः प्रत्यक्षेतनाधिगमोऽप्यन्तरायाभावश्च व्याधिस्त्यानसंशयप्रमादालस्याविरतिभ्रान्तिदर्शनालब्धभूमिकत्वानवस्थितत्वानि चित्तविक्षेपास्तेऽन्तरायाः दुःखदौर्मनस्याङ्गमीजयत्वश्वासप्रश्वासाविक्षेपः सह भुवः तत्प्रतिषेधार्थमेकतत्त्वाभ्यासः मैत्री करुणामुदितोपेक्षाणां सुखदुःखपुण्यापुण्यविषयाणां भावनातश्चित्तप्रसादनम् प्रत्यर्थनविधारणाभ्यां वा प्राणस्य विषयवती वा प्रवृत्तिरुत्पन्ना मनसः स्थितिनिबन्धिनी विशोका वा ज्योतिष्मती वीतरागविषयं वा चित्तं स्वप्ननिद्राज्ञानालम्बनं वा यथाभिमतध्यानाद्वा परमाणुपरममहद्यान्तोऽस्य वशीकारः क्षीणवृत्तेरभिजातस्येव मन्ये गृहीतृग्रहणग्राह्येषु तत्सतदञ्जनता समापत्तिः तत्र शब्दार्थज्ञानविकल्पैः सङ्कीर्णा सर्वतर्का समापत्तिः स्मृतिपरिशुद्धौ स्वरूपशून्ये वार्धमात्रनिर्भासा निर्वितर्का एतयैव सविचारा निर्विचारा च सूक्ष्मविषया व्याख्याता सूक्ष्मविषयत्वं चालिङ्गपर्यवसानं ता एव सबीजः समाधिः निर्विचारवैशारध्येऽध्यात्मप्रसादः ऋतम्भरा तत्र प्रज्ञा श्रुतानुमानप्रज्ञाभ्यामन्यविषया विशेषार्थत्वात् तज्ज संस्कारोऽन्यसंस्कारप्रतिबन्धी तस्यापि निरोधे सर्वन्निरोधान्निर्बीजः समाधिः इति पतञ्जलिविरचिते योगसूत्रे प्रथमः समाधिपादः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
हरिः ॐ तत्सत्।
श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। Now we'll be having demonstration by Balavikas Yoga students. First boys, then later on girls will perform. Audio play అవుతుంది, play అయినాక అప్పుడు చెప్పాలి.
Now, the students from Balavikas will perform the yoga asanas. Surya Namaskara.
भानवे भास्कराय नमः ॐ भास्कराय नमः
Tadasana. Vrukshasana. Veerabhadrasana 1. Veerabhadrasana 2. Veerabhadrasana 3. Padahastasana. Vajrasana. Ustrasana. Shashankasana. Janu Shirshasana. Vakrasana. Gomukasana. Chakrasana. Sarvangasana. Halasana. Now we have yoga formation. Jyoti formation. Arrow formation. Chariot formation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Now, the performance by girls. Now, girls' performance of yoga. Yoga kavala. Any mics?
our study be effective. Let there be no animosity amongst us. Peace in me, peace in nature, peace in divine forces. Yogena chitasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidhyakena yopaparodam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. I offer my salutation with folded hands to Patanjali Maharshi, the renewed amongst the sages who removed the impurity of mind through yoga, speech by grammar, body by Ayurveda. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashchid dukkavad bhavet. May all sentient beings be at peace, happy. May no one suffer from illness. May all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, yoga team. That was a wonderful performance. Now, our Balavika students are here to present a skit on Swamiji's speech in Chicago.
Hello. Hello. Check. Hello. Hello. Check. Hello. Check. Hello, check.
Vivekananda Jeevitam Jnanadam Spurtidayakam Vivekananda Jeevitam Jnanadam Spurtidayakam Vivekananda Jeevitam Jnanadam Spurtidayakam Vivekananda Jeevitam Jnanadam Spurtidayakam Vivekananda Jeevitam Jnanadam Spurtidayakam.
Good afternoon to one and all. Today we are going to perform a skit based on Swamiji's speech in Chicago. Swamiji arrives in the USA hoping to attend the Parliament of Religious to introduce Sanatana Dharma to America. There he faces many struggles. Scene 1, Struggle with Quaid.
Hey, why are you trying to pull my turban?
Hey, who are you and what kind of weird dress you're wearing? And you're talking a very good English. How is this even possible?
Hey man, why are you looking so funny?
Why are you pushing me? Why are you behaving like this?
Oh, I am sorry. You and your clothes look so weird.
However, these reactions were just the tip of iceberg. Swamiji's challenges went beyond anyone's thought. Scene 2, Rejection and Suffering. Swamiji approaches the hotel seeking the place to rest for that night.
Excuse me?
Yes, what you want?
Can I have a room tonight?
Room? This hotel is not meant for colors and people who wear funny dresses. Security!
Swamiji went to many other hotels and houses, but everyone rejected him. Then Swamiji went to a house for shelter.
Yes, what do you want? Can I have a shelter tonight?
Shelter? No way. I won't allow you to stay here, not even in my dreams.
There was no other option left. Swamiji reached the railway station and slept that night. But Swamiji did not even have proper clothes to protect himself from cold weather. Swamiji also suffered from hunger that night. Scene 3. The day finally comes. The day finally comes, Swamiji's struggles has come to an end. It was the first day of the Parliament of Religions. There were many other people like Buddhist, Sikh and Muslim representatives apart from Swamiji.
Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the stage of Parliament Religions. Now, Swami Vivekananda from India. Afterwards, now Buddhist representative Dharmapala.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I come before you as a representative of Buddhism to preach to you about the great Gautam Buddha. The word Buddha means enlightened. The path to enlightenment is attained by using morality, wisdom, and meditation. Gautam Buddha once said, if you light a lamp for somebody, it will brighten your path. I hope this even inspires even one of you to follow the way of Buddhism. Thank you.
Now, next is Swami Vivekananda. Afterwards, now Sikh representative Guru Har Gobind.
I am here to introduce Sikhism. As a Sikh representative, I am going to talk some inspirational words on God. Even kings and emperors with heaps of wealth and West domination cannot compare with an antfeel of their love of God. God, 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 the one who has innumerable forms. He is the creator of all, and he himself takes the human form. The Lord can never be established nor created, the formless one who is limitlessly complete in himself. Thank you.
Now, next is Swami Vivekananda. Afterwards, now Muhammad Iqbal is here to share his words.
Good evening, one and all. Do you know what is better than charity, fasting, and prayer?
It is keeping peace and good relations between people, as quarrels and bad feelings destroy mankind. It is better to sit alone than in company with the bad, and it is better still to sit with the good than alone. It is better to speak to a seeker of knowledge than to remain silent, but silence is better than ideal words. Modesty brings nothing except good. Thank you.
Now Swami Vivekananda will address the gathering.
Sisters and brothers of America, it fills my heart with joy unspeakable to rise in response to the warm and cordial welcome which you have given us. I thank you in the name of most ancient order of monks in the world. I thank you in the name of Mother of Religions. I thank you in the name of millions and millions of people of all classes and sects. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the word both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and refugees of all religions and all nations of the world. I'll quote to you, brethren, a few lines from a hymn which I remember to have repeated from my earliest boyhood. As different streams have their sources in different places, all mingle their water in the sea. So, O Lord, different paths which men take through different tendencies, various though they appear crooked or straight, all lead to Thee. The present convention, which is one of the most august assemblies ever held, is in itself a vindication, a declaration, the world of wonderful doctrine preached in the Gita. Whosoever comes to me, through whatsoever form, I reach him. All men are struggling through paths which in the end lead to me. Sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. Had it not been for these horrible demons, human society would have been far more advanced than it is now. But their time has come, and I fervently hope that the bell that tolled this morning with honor with this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all persecutions with sword or with pen, all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal. Thank you.
स्वामी जी, सब कुछ खोने से ज़्यादा बुरा क्या है?
उस उम्मीद को खो देना जिस भरोसे हम सब कुछ वापस पा सकते हैं.
धन्यवाद स्वामी जी.
Swami ji, how to build a character?
In eating, dressing, or lying, in singing or playing, in enjoyment or disgrace, always manifest the highest moral courage. If you can build your character after such an ideal, then 1,000 others will follow.
Thank you, Swami ji.
Swami ji, how to face the brutes in real life?
Good motives, sincerity, and infinite love can conquer the world. One single soul possessed with these virtues can destroy dark designs of millions of hypocrites and brutes.
Thank you, Swami ji.
స్వామీజీ, జీవిత పోరాటంలో ఆనందాన్ని పొందాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి?
సత్యము, పవిత్రత, నిస్వార్థం, భూనభోంతరాలలో ఏ శక్తి ఈ సుగుణాలతో జాజ్వల్యమానంగా ప్రకాశించే వారి నీడనైనా తాకలేదు. విశ్వమంతా ఒకటే ఎదిరించినా వారు ప్రతిఘటించగలరు.
ధన్యవాదాలు స్వామీజీ.
స్వామీజీ, భారతదేశ సమస్యలకు పరిష్కారం ఏంటి స్వామీజీ?
శ్రద్ధ అనే ఆదర్శాన్ని మరలా మనలో తీసుకురావాలి. ఆత్మవిశ్వాసం పునరజాగృతం కావాలి. అప్పుడు మాత్రమే మన దేశం ఎదుర్కొంటున్న సమస్యలన్నిటినీ క్రమంగా మనమే పరిష్కరించుకోగలము.
ధన్యవాదాలు స్వామీజీ.
शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्रा आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्तुः वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अनाय उत्तिष्ठता जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत.
Bhavita and Murthy. Yashveer and Kundana. Ram and Parnika. Siddhant and Ishani. Bharadwaj and Gayantika. Kanishka. Avyay.
Thank you, team. Followed by coming to the last program of this cultural programs, we are having a classical dance performed by VIHE Balavikas students and volunteers on the song Murta Maheshwara. This is a Kuchipudi classical dance performance by our Balavikas students. I request you to please sit back and enjoy the performance.
यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् वन्दे वेदतनुमुञ्चितगर्हित कामकाञ्चन बन्धम् वन्दे वेदतनुमुञ्चितगर्हित कामकाञ्चन बन्धम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् कोटिभानुकर दीप्तसिंहमवो कटितटकौपीनवन्तम् कोटिभानुकर दीप्तसिंहमवो कटितटकौपीनवन्तम् अभिरभिहुकारणादितदिन्मुख प्रचण्डताण्डवनृत्यम् अभिरभिहुकारणादितदिन्मुख प्रचण्डताण्डवनृत्यम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् कृपाकटाक्ष प्रेक्षण मघदल विदलन दक्षम् मुक्ति कृपाकटाक्ष प्रेक्षण मघदल विदलन दक्षम् भालचन्द्रधर बिन्दुवन्द्यमिह नौमि गुरु विवेकानन्दम् भालचन्द्रधर बिन्दुवन्द्यमिह नौमि गुरु विवेकानन्दम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर केष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् वन्दे वेदतनुमञ्जित गर्हित कामकाञ्चन वन्दम् मूर्तमहेश्वर मोज्ज्वल भास्कर मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम् मेष्टममर नरवन्द्यम्
Thank you, students. That was a wonderful performance. A big round of applause to all the students who have participated in the cultural programs. As you all know, on 11th September, that is tomorrow, we are celebrating 131st anniversary of the historic Chicago addresses in the mud. So I request you all to please be present and participate in tomorrow's event and make it a grand success. Tomorrow the program will be there in the Venkateshwara Hall in Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. Followed by at 3 p.m. we will be having a march past from the Swami Vivekananda statue, which is present on Tangband, till our mud. So I request all the devotees, students and parents to please come forward and participate in tomorrow's event and make it a grand success. Tomorrow morning the program will be starting in the mud premises at 10 a.m. and please settle down everyone, please sit in your places. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock the program will begin in the morning in Venkateshwara Hall. Later around 3 p.m. we will be having the march past from the Tangband Vivekananda statue. And first I request our Maharaj to accompany our esteemed guests as well as revered Maharaj for the prasadam distribution after the Shanti Mantra. And a few announcements will be made to all the parents and the students. All these Balavika students, boys students, will go from the back side of this auditorium to the publication department. The 4th, 5th and 6th standard students will be going to the Puja Mandapam. All the girl students of Balavikas will be proceeding to the Puja Mandapam for their lunch distribution from your right side and from my left side of this auditorium for the prasadam distribution. I request all the devotees and parents to please stay back for just 5 minutes so that the students will have prasadam first. For all the faculty members, the lunch prasadam has been arranged in VIHE shed area, and all the esteemed guests, the lunch prasadam is arranged in the mud quarters. Maharaj will accompany you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ki, Jai Shri Sharada Mai Ki, Jai Swami Vivekananda Maharaj Ki. Thank you everyone. I request all the parents and devotees to stay back in the hall for 5 minutes